My name is Michael Hone. I'm from Crossroads Children's Centre. I'm the Associate Executive Director there, and I came today to speak about collaborative problem solving with the folks here. And it's an approach that shifts away from thinking about children and youth engaging in maladaptive behavior because of a lack of motivation or trying to escape, avoid expectations and those types of things. And instead it takes us to look at these children and youth as kids that if they could do it, they would do it. And so what we need to do as adults working with children and youth is sort through what skill sets are lagging or lacking and that are contributing to the child not being able to pull off expectations. My role is, and others within this community here, is to train folks as it relates to CPS, collaborative problem solving. So we train a lot of staff and we help them get that shift in thinking from the conventional way of doing things to this more unconventional approach in terms of what I'm talking about CPS and that it's a learning disability. So that's one of our primary focuses, is to equip people to be able to do this work. Then within CPS, what we do is we look at in a practical way. If we have a child, for instance, I'll use a little guy as an example, and they're having consistent difficulty at home each and every day with the simple task of brushing their teeth, right? And that's causing meltdowns each time the parents try to get them to do it. What we'd be doing in that instance is having a conversation with the child, or helping the parent have a conversation with the child around what their concern is or their perspective is on the toothpaste. And a perfect example that we often run into is we learn that the child that's having these meltdowns about brushing their teeth really they're reacting in it from a sensory perspective in terms of the taste, the feeling of the toothpaste in their mouth. And so no matter what, if we were doing it the conventional way, we'd be consequencing the child and getting to a place where they do it. That's not going to fix if the taste is that bad or if it feels that weird in their mouth. So practically we'd get that concern on the table, and then we'd put, as the adult, our concern on the table, which would be quite simply, you need to brush your teeth so you don't get cavities and they don't rot out, in essence. And then we come to the last step, which is in Plan B, which is solving the problem, or generating solutions to the problem. And we'd spend some time figuring out, so how can we get, so I'd basically be saying to the child, how can we get you to a place where you can brush your teeth, at the same time not have that taste in your mouth or that feeling in your mouth, and sort of meet my need too, which is that you need to get your teeth brushed so you don't get cavities. Got any ideas? And we come up with some solutions around that. So it might be that we find, we tried different types of toothpaste, or using water for a period of time. Different things that we can do that allows for us to make sure our expectation as the adult is met, but at the same time that we take into consideration the reality or the concerns or perspectives of children and youth. It really does rely on sort of that back and forth conversation type interaction with others so that we can solve these things. We need to know what's getting in the kid's way, and the only way we can do that is by having a conversation with the child or youth to understand truly what their concern or perspective is, and then we can go about actually doing something with it.